When I was growing up in Saigon, my father was a magical god that I just didn't get to spend time with at all because he was very busy building an empire. He is a self-made man. He fled North Vietnam to come to the South with no money in his pocket, not a day's education under his belt. And by the time we left Vietnam in 1975, he was really one of the richest men in the country. But I didn't know all that. I was very little. I was 6. I just knew he was my father, my tall, dark, handsome, great father with his arms always extended to me when I come to him. And I just loved him. I worshiped the ground that he walked on. So we had to flee our country in 1975. Within the span of 2 weeks, I think 150,000 Vietnamese landed in America in 5 different army bases. We arrived in Fort Chaffee, Arkansas, just at the beginning of summer 1975. And in order to leave the camp, we had to be sponsored out. So the government was asking for churches, organizations, I don't know if any of you remember, or a family to take kindly on a Vietnamese family, adopt one, bring them to your place of living and help them assimilate. We were very fortunate. A very nice family adopted us and we were shipped to Washington, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour southwest of Pittsburgh. Steel country. So we're there, and we were just getting used to living every day in a new land, learning the language, and trying to figure out what we're going to be doing from that moment on. But I didn't care about that. I just knew, wow, my father's living with us now. I was just so excited because he lived in his office in Saigon, and we lived with our mother, and that was that. But I was just so happy. And in that house in Pennsylvania, my father taught me how to ride a bike. The first time he let me go, I went right down the hill, crashed into a tree, cut my lip in half. But still, I didn't feel that pain because I was just overwhelmed every single day with happiness and feeling so blessed that, gosh, my father's with us. And it was very hot. One day, about a month after we started to settle in, my brothers and sisters, I'm the oldest, I have 2 younger brothers and sisters, they were outside playing with 2 of the nannies that came with us. We each came with 1, so 2 were outside playing with my brother and sister and myself. But I was so hot, I decided to go inside to seek shelter from the sun, just because I grew up in a hot country, didn't like it. But I went inside and found some shelter upstairs in a little alcove outside the bathroom. And my father was in there, and he came out and said, "Hey, Taman." That's the name that was given to me when I was born. "What are you doing in here?" I said, "Oh, Father, I was hot. I just wanted to come in and play." He said, "Okay, well, I'm going to go take a bath." I said, "Okay, Father." So I sit down, planted myself with a box of Lego, and my father loves taking baths. He has always said, the bath is the only time I have my whole body, my mind, everything to myself. I said, "Okay, great." So my father proceeded to walk into the bathroom, and I'm sitting there playing with my Lego, very happy, it's nice and cool. And I don't know, just dropped down, looked after my father, saw him close the door behind me, saw his, feet walking inside. He is maybe turning on the water, I hear the water, and I still kept my body down there looking, and then my father's feet disappeared. I said, "Oh, he's having a nice bath." The next thing I knew, I was still down on the floor, the next thing I knew, the other door opened. And the bathroom had 2 doors, one door in the hallway and one door from one of the bedrooms on the other side of the house. and I see her feet come in. It's Cham. She was the other nanny. And I was thinking, oh my God, she's gonna see my father naked. I was bracing myself for a shriek or ah! Or something, but nothing happened. It was very quiet. The door closed, and soon her feet disappeared too. So I imagined that she's taking a bath with my father. At that moment, I just felt like my whole world crushed, shattered. I couldn't breathe. I gathered my toys, I get up. I had just turned 7 in this house, and I just went to my room and I stayed there counting the minutes till my mom got home so I can tell her. So my mom gets home and I run down and say, Mom, come up here. I just have to tell you something really quickly. And she said, what is it? What happened? I said, will you promise not to tell? And she said, what happened? I said, I saw Daddy taking a bath with Cham. My mom, within a split second, flew down the stairs. It was evening. We were getting ready for dinner, I believe. My father was in the kitchen. My brother and sister were there. Everybody was busy getting dinner ready. And my mom said, how dare you do this in front of her? And I just got really scared. And my mom went right to Cham, the nanny who was in the bath with my father, and they fall on the floor and they're rolling around. They're like basically killing each other. And my father was just standing there. He said, oh, you silly people, go ahead, kill each other. And I was thinking, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I got down on my knees, I threw my body between my mom and the nanny, and I knew she was much younger, so she had to be stronger than my mom. So I said, please, don't hurt my mom. Don't hurt my mom. So, deathly silence. And then she was holding on to my mom. Then she let her go, and she got up and she left and she went to her room. And I think I went to my room, I don't remember. Just the next morning, I was afraid to get out of bed because I was thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna be in such big trouble. But I had to get out of bed, and I went downstairs and looked around. Everybody seemed to be kind of doing the normal stuff. No one giving me the eye or anything. I didn't see where my father was. My mom was quiet. I didn't see Cham, but my little brother and sister were just, doing their thing. And I hear, Taman! My father's voice. Oh my God. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna say to me? And I come, I said, yes, Father. And he's standing here, and I don't look at him. I can't find it in me to lift my head up to look at him, to answer him the way I usually have done. And he said, grab the tweezer. I said, oh, okay, Father. My father has this thing, he's very vain, where he would lie down, I would grab the tweezer, and he would ask me to tweeze his little silver hairs. And he said, go grab the tweezer. And I said, okay, Father. Thinking, oh my gosh, okay. So I run, I grab the tweezer, he goes on the sofa, takes his position, I go behind him, I kneel down, and I start tweezing his black hairs. That's that.